Okay, so we're looking at our review. We're looking at number 7. We're talking area, circumference, and perimeter. This one says that we're finding the one that has half the area of this figure. So the first thing I need to do is I need to figure out this area. And if you have a hard time figuring out what shape that one is, most of the time it's going to be trapezoid because you're really familiar with rectangles. You're really familiar with a three-sided figure, which is a triangle, and this is a basic square. But if you get stuck, make sure to look at your formula chart because it has to be one of these 4 things. Rectangle and parallelogram are almost identical except it's angles. A triangle has 3 sides. Circle is, well, clearly a circle, so the one that's going to be left is typically trapezoid. So I look at my formula. That's what I'm going to be using, and I'm going to probably show my work down here. Area equals half base 1 plus base 2 times the height in this shape. I know that my bases are 10 and 7 because they're parallel to each other, meaning they won't ever meet. And the only rule here is that you have to make sure to add your bases first. 10 and 7 is 17, and then 12. And then you can multiply whatever you want in whatever order you want. You have a calculator, so I'm going to go ahead and do 17 times 12, and then cut that in half, which means divide by 2. And I got 102 square inches. Now, I'm not done because that doesn't really help, but it does tell me that this is this area. Now I want to know which of these 3 is half of 102. So this one is simple. We have base times height, which is 10 times 12. 10 times 12 is 120, so that's not it. So I'm going to cross out answer choice A. 6 by 6 is 36. I can cross off answer B because that's not half of 102. So it's either C, which is a shape, or none of them. So I'm going to have to figure this one out. This is a triangle, so I'm multiplying, I don't even need those parentheses, half base times height. And really, it doesn't matter which one you use for base and which one you use for height. However, typically the dashed line is your base, is your height. So 8.5 is my base. Height is 12. I'm going to go ahead and take half of 12. Half of 12 is 6. And then I'm left with multiplying that by 8.5. And that gives me an area of 51. No. Is 51 half of 102? Yes. So my answer choice is C.